Extreme Gaming Podcast. Quick breaks.
But what I'm going to go on the next story is one we're really waiting on, and this is Doom: The Dark Ages. So that's coming up in May, I believe. But more and more stuff is starting to come out ahead of it, so we're all kind of getting jazzed. So apparently, this fellow was able to play the game, at least as it exists now. And so I wanted to see, what was up and everything. And wow, man, I sat there. I'm not going to read the whole article, but I'll read bits and pieces. I was reading through this thing going like, oh my God, I can't, I'm going to go completely off the rocker for this game because I have all the other Dooms. But this sounds like above and beyond that. If it's true, this may be the best Doom of the recent Dooms that's ever been done. So this is crazy. So he said he played the game. He said he expected, of course, the intense violence and, heavy metal soundtrack and everything. But he said he didn't count on such an exhilarating amount of demon killing variety. He said by the end of the 2-hour demo, it's only 2 hours now, right? So he's this impressed after 2 hours. He says at the end of a 2-hour demo, I used a sawtooth shield to slice through demons like it was Beelzebub's Beyblade, stomped around a war-ravaged city as a colossal mecha slayer, bought a snarling cyber demon to an explosive end by breathing fire directly down its throat. And I'm going like, and what else can you do? Like, so you're reading all
that was all before lunch.
Yeah, exactly. Well, 2 hours. I'm going like 2 hours. Like, so they just kind of skipped him through different parts of the game,
right?
Yeah.
So he could experience. But that's not even the half of it. So they said the core combat principle of Doom: The Dark Ages is stand and fight, but that's not to say that you're not going to run. But in a lot of the other games, the two previous games, it was really based on speed. You needed to keep running. If you ran or if you slowed down, you were dead. So what they decided to do is, in order to keep it fresh and keep it new, originality, what a concept. They decided that you're going to now stand and fight and be able to eliminate enemies that way, which would be kind of cool. Or run, or both, or whatever. So this is going to be kind of neat. He said you can still strafe and you can still do things like that, but now you can stand your ground. And basically, now that you have a shield with sawtooth blades going around on it, but now the shield is not just the fact that you have the blade around the shield. You can block enemies' incoming attacks. And they said if you time it right, not on every single demon, but on a lot of them, you can actually bash it right back at them and annihilate them.
Oh, the little orbs, yeah, the green orbs.
I'm sitting there going like, ooh, that's new. I want to see that.
How good was the soundtrack, Greg? Is this Digital Foundry one or the Video Games Chronicle one?
I think this was
VGC. Oh, IGN, right? Okay.
I think
the
so.
Soundtrack
anyway.
is epic. Like he tried to say it was a bit meh. I thought it was brilliant. I was like, I didn't even like rock and roll music at that kind of level, but when you play that game, you're just like, you feel like you are the Slayer. And
well, brilliant. First of all, it's software that only makes a couple of games, and they're kind of like Valve. When they put out a game, especially like Doom, there is nothing wrong with the game. I mean, very little has to come out and be tweaked. Little things, maybe. But otherwise, it's. I still stand and say to this day that it is the world's best and greatest optimized games they ever created. I mean, Doom is so well optimized. It's
EdTech 8 engine now, I believe. So
yeah, it's stunning. I mean, it's just they don't have problems with optimization. They just get through all that.
But they did tweak it slightly as well. Great was saying it wasn't a bad game last game like Eternal, but they tweaked it this time around to. Some people didn't like the glory kills because you were actually stopping for a moment and it was breaking up the fluid kind of fast action and motion that you get in that kind of game. Sort of taking that stuff away to make it more seamless. Put some other kind of tweaks in as well, which people will like, so that you're continuously moving. Although there's different types of levels. There's ones where you're on that mechanical kind of dragon, and another dragon, and another one where you're in the large mechs. And he's like, I don't know if this is the Digital Foundry guy. He's like, I don't know if I like that. Time will tell. And I'm like, you kidding me? I've always wanted to get one of those massive. What are those? I can't remember what they're called. I'm a shocking Doom fan. The massive OP creature with the horns, like the original bad guy in Doom.
They're calling it Mecha Slayers.
What based off the alien? Like can't remember what that's called. Raza, are you a Doom guy as well? If you're an old school PC player.
Well, the original Doom, I think I played Doom 3, which I liked. I never bought the Doom VR. There is a Doom VR
Oh
version, but
wow!
Yeah, there is. I forgot
that
about
got
that.
very bad reviews,
Yeah.
Oh
I bet.
no!
I think it sells for about $5 on Steam now. So
Was it that
Yeah,
bad?
That
There
must
you
be
go,
so vomit-inducing.
Yeah.
Bargain at any
hopefully,
price.
yeah.
Well, if you haven't played the recent ones, Raz, like Doom 2016,
No.
and you need to go back and play
They're
that.
brilliant, man. They're brilliant.
The thing that I like about, I don't want people to get the wrong opinion. It's not a matter of whether the game is better than the first two iterations that they did. It's that they keep doing something original. I can still go back to 2016 and enjoy every bit of it. I can still go back to the second one and enjoy every bit of it. But they keep it fresh and change things up and do a lot of wild stuff. I mean, I gotta hand it to them. Some of the weapons they come out with are just, I'm sorry, they're just freaking awesome, man. When I saw the trailer on this one where they had the guy the Doomslayer pulls out a gun and it actually crushes skulls and shoots out the shards, I'm sitting there going like, wow, I never would have come up with that one. And this guy,
and then the first time you saw when the shield in the first trailer, you're like, I was disgusted. I was like, the
Yes.
Doom guy, the Doom Slayer with a shield. He don't use shields. He
Right.
is a man's man. And then I went, oh, that's what the shield does. It's like a frisbee that takes people's heads off. Right.
and I love how he starts it up like it's a chainsaw. You go, and he's sitting there just throwing it. He was great.
In case you can't tell, Gray and I are massive Doom fans. It's probably one of, if not our favorite franchise in video games. So
Let me read you something off of this because I'm jonesing on some of the stuff this guy wrote.
and we need to do the quiz, man, because we need to get out quick as well.
No, I know. I said I come up against a platoon of soldiers marching behind seemingly impenetrable steel shields. Then he goes, I just pump a few super shotgun rounds into the metal mobile cover to heat it until it's molten.
Yeah.
So it melts, and then he throws his shield and nails every one of them. And I'm like, hey, I want that. That sounds pretty good to me. So, and then he made one funny comment. He says he said the shield makes the new Doom feel like the greatest unofficial Captain America game ever made.
Yeah, that's where I went to as well.
Yeah, with the shield and stuff. So I'm sitting there like, yeah. The other thing about the Mecha Slayer, the big mech thing that you can, I thought it was just kind of a one-off, where you maybe beat up an enemy. That's fine. No, apparently you can jump in this thing and you're going to be able to walk through cities, crushing stuff like Godzilla, and then pounding out more than one big demon in the game. And I'm going like, really? I'm sitting there going like, wow, I can't wait. It's just too much, man. I can't handle it.